Listen, so perfect, Jane. So we're getting started here, and we're talking about whether you go by M. Jane or if you go by Jane. And it sounds like you do go by M. Jane. Did you always go with by M. Jane and then notice a difference when you went from M. Jane to Jane?
Well, I can't say that because that would go back, including my name change to my 20s. My signature forever, since I developed it 13 or something, has been M. Jane Bradner. On my bank documents, etc., it's Margaret Jane Bradner. And so that aspect of my name has always been relevant.
Okay.
My name for my mother called I'm Margaret Jane, but I've always been called Jane.
Okay, so your nickname. So when they just call you one name, it's Jane.
You bet.
Got it.
And when I introduce myself, I'm Jane. Jane.
Okay, so you don't
But
use.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's funny because I've been playing with my name, and it was Carrie S. Lemlin, and I took the E out and I got the 6612-3. And then what I decided after the last call, so I'm playing with my name all over the place, right? So what I'm doing is I'm going with Carrie Suzanne for my work. So it's my middle name. Remember, we talked about the full middle name. I never used my middle name. I used the S, and I used the S more after I got married because my maiden name had an S. So I would use Carrie. Well, when I went to numerology, I used Carrie S. Lemlin because the S took me from a 7 to an 8. And I was an 8 before when I had my maiden name. Say that again.
In expression.
Correct. We're talking expression.
Better.
And then, of course, you heard about the breakthrough when Yasmin and then I was always saying, if you say it right, you spell it wrong. And then I'm thinking, in my infinite wisdom, why don't I spell it like Johanna does, the way it's spelled? So I did. And that's when I came up with 6612-3. And the 3 was awesome because I felt it instantly. My challenges were 6066. I got a 66. I got 2 more 6s. And it was great. Now I'm going by Carrie Suzanne, just work-wise. So I've taken out the Lemlin and I'm going Carrie Suzanne, which still gives me a 3 for my expression. Not the 6612-3. I forget what it gives me, but it does give me a 3 at the end, which I love. And then, there's a part of me when I'm going public not to want to use my last name, right? So I can be Carrie Suzanne and, I'm still who I am. And not that I'm afraid, but it seems more in alignment with my work. And ironically, I'll just say this and then we'll go into your chart. As soon as I went with 6612-3, or at least the 3 in my expression, my business went like this.
And what do you mean by your business went like that?
That means I've got paying clients almost every day, which never happened before. And I just found out that the shop I'm working for is closing at the end of the month. So I used to go in twice a month and, do psychosomatic numerology. And we've done online things and stuff like that. Now I'm convincing one of the 2 owners. I've said, you should really continue the online stuff. And he said he will. We'll see what happens. But I've definitely ramped up my online stuff in the meantime. So we'll see. But my husband always said, they need you. You don't need them. You can do it on your own, blah, blah, blah. So
you are.
So I'm doing it. And I've got I've
under
got
care?
two classes. Actually I had three. One just wrapped up and one's wrapping up next week. So I have the Journey of Spiritual Awakening. I have two versions. I have a Monday version and a Tuesday version that just started. And then I have numerology and me. So I'm teaching people in depth about how to calculate their charts. And then I'm starting at Healing Through Art in the beginning of the year. So I've got all these courses that are coming to me, different versions of things that I'm using, some of the chakra stuff and all the Joseph stuff, but just kind of blending it together in my own flavor. And it's really being very well received.
Great.
So what about you? What are you going to be doing besides being a grandmother?
Yeah. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of the information and insights that I've gotten with work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm
So,
kind of thinking that grabs me, and I've kind of got my antler or my antennas up.
yeah,
but
your antlers.
Yeah, I got the antlers for Christmas. No.
You're so
So
funny.
let's see what's going on here.
Okay. Well, I did not do Margaret Jane yet. So if you want to give me a quick second, I can do Margaret. It won't take me long.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let me do this. Let me just show you my screen.
4 with my expression.
Yeah, I just want to see the numbers and the letters and all of that.
I'll give it to
you. Oops. Did I do this wrong? Hold on. All right. So hold on. I thought I copied it. Hold on. Make a copy and Jane. Create a copy. Boom. All right. All right. Let me share my screen so you can see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Okay, share. And I'm just going to maximize the screen. Move you over here. I can see you. Okay. All right. Let me just do this real quick. 1, 9, 7, 1, 9, 5, 2, 8, 11. That's 11, 2. Always format cells. All right. Making that fold, we'll align it, we'll do this, which goes here. All right, let's see what we got here. So it's 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, so that becomes a 13, 4.
Yeah, Margaret Jane. Yeah, I didn't like 13, 4.
I don't blame you. 13, 4 is karmic, right? And then you got a 5 for your growth, which is one thing. This turns into a 7. Your maturity turns into a 7. I haven't really looked at that yet, but let me just see what goes on here. Hold on. Let me just calculate your solarge. Your
I'm trying to bring the chart up closer.
Oh, you want me to go bigger? Hold on.
Yeah, can I do that? I don't know if I can pinch it out on Zoom.
I can do it. Hold on.
Yeah. And also it's health, right? 13, 4.
What's that?
Often there's health underlying health issues with 13, 4.
Yeah, there can be. So it's always learning by doing. And a lot of times it's learning by doing through adversity. We don't usually do things right and then just reap the rewards of that, right?
Yeah, I don't need that.
Is that large enough for you? Or is that better?
Where is it now?
You can't find
it? It's up in my right-hand corner and it won't come down.
Oh. How come?
I don't know. I can get you to come down by tapping on it.
I don't know.
Share contents.
Okay, you want me to, is this better?
Well, I can move it around, but it's not bigger.
That's strange, huh?
You're in the
Well,
middle.
let me see here. Is that better?
Okay, no, share content. What is that? Only the host can share this meeting. Okay.
Mhm.
So I've got you in the middle. How's that?
Hold on. Is that work?
No,
So where do you want me?
I've lost you.
You lost me again? Five. Did I lose you?
Can we sign in again?
What happened? You lost your visual? Yeah, you can sign in again. Just sign out and sign back in with the same code, and I'll just keep calculating. One, two. All right.
Okay, now it's bigger and I can
Okay.
pinch it.
Oh, good.
Okay, we're talking, this is Margaret Jane.
Yeah, I'm just redoing Margaret for a second here. I'm just doing Margaret Jane right now. 7 becomes
And that's
1.
what pushed me off was the
That's
expression
5.
right
Becomes a
then and there.
5. All right, so this becomes black. We're going to make it bold. And then we have 3, 6, 8. So 7 goes away. This becomes 8. It changes this to 8. Let me just make sure that that's right. And that becomes 3, which becomes a 6. So you're still physical. All right, so we're going to call this Margaret.
Yeah, well, that, gives me 5s in the 1, which is pretty good.
Yeah, but there's a couple things that I don't like about it.
Yeah.
So hold on one second. You got a lot more karmic debt. You also have much more physical decision making.
Well, wait a minute. Much more karmic date that based on missing
Debt.
numbers, the intensity, you mean?
So your karmic debt is you got 14.5, you got 2
Oh,
karmic, and then you've got 13.4.
right.
And then you've got Margaret is an 11.2, which is a master number. I mean, not necessarily a problem. And you've got the 11.2 here in your attainment, which isn't a problem. Are you a writer?
That's what Joseph keeps saying. When are you writing?
Prolific writer. 18.9 is prolific writer, but it's also unconditional love. So it's not necessarily just, but I'm just saying, I'm asking if you are, what a great expression for you.
Yeah,
And then,
not really. I'm not writing books. I write good cards.
what about children's books?
Yeah, possibility, or those those sort of journal style calendars. Have you ever heard of Danielle Laporte? She does a really good job.
Oh, really? No, I
Mhm.
haven't. What's her name? Danielle Laporte?
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll do like that's a daily entry. She bases it on core desired feelings. How do you want to feel today? She's deduced the theory that it's not really that you want that car, but you want the feelings that that car will bring you, i.e., freedom, speed, joy, experience. So she goes after the experiences based on the feelings. It's really very good.
Interesting. Well, I
Yeah.
just used your middle name. I use Margaret as I put it in your middle name because it doesn't really matter. Did I lose you again?
No, I'm here. You
Oh,
have Margaret Jane Bradner.
okay. Yeah, I do. Well, I have Jane Margaret, but I'm using it as your middle name, but it's still not the. All right. So you want to get started?
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be formal here, but okay. So what I don't like right off the bat about Margaret, let me just put your name up here.
Are we going Margaret, not M. Jane? Okay. You've got
So-
down at the bottom, Margaret Jane Bradner, M.
Right.
Jane, and
Yeah.
Jane Bradner.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to take
So
each one?
I've
or-
done all three. I've done all
Okay.
three. So I started with Jane.
Yeah.
Then I did M. Jane, and now I just did Margaret Jane. So let's start with Margaret Jane so how do you feel about Margaret Jane?
You mean as a full name?
Yeah, so how do you feel about using it, and how do you feel when people use it, and what circumstances do you use it?
Well, I use it when
You're
anything
banking.
that's government based, driver's license, medical records, passport, income tax, anything. That's
Because that's the name you were given on your birth certificate.
yeah.
Okay,
And
got
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I've never
Well,
been called Margaret. My mother was a Margaret, you see, so that's why she called me Jane.
Well, that makes sense. Okay. But
I mean, I
think-
wouldn't go out there and tell people to start calling me Margaret without
Okay.
a whole lot of reason.
Right.
And this chart does not give me that reason.
Yeah. So what I don't like about it is all the karmic debt.
Yeah.
I don't like the karmic debt. You've got the and what Margaret does though is it removes your subconscious from a 5 to a 6. So it does give you a 7. Okay. But let me just look here. I'm sure we have your 8 someplace else.
What do you mean it gives me a 7?
The 7 in your Margaret, the G in Margaret.
Oh,
The
it gives
G-
me a 7.
So you no
Mhm.
longer have a missing 7. In your other names, you're missing 3, 6, 7, and 8.
Mm-hmm.
And the Margaret gives you the G, right? But so the things I don't like about this, and I'm giving you kind of the Reader's Digest version because we both speak the same language.
Mm-hmm.
Right away, when I do somebody's charts, and I typically do multiple charts a day, right? So I look at things, right? So right off the bat, I noticed your birthday is 19. So you get the 1910-1 in your birthday, right? So
Mhm.
that's the 1910-1, which is karmic as well. So that's either that could be stubbornness, that could be in the negative, obviously. You get the positive ones, but on the karmic side, it could be a stubbornness, it could be lack of self-confidence, it could be and depending on where you are with your 2s, because you are in February.
Yeah.
But the beauty, what I really love about your destiny though, Jane, is the fact that you're a 3-0, which
Mhm.
you don't suffer from the early childhood 2s.
Yeah.
Because I'm a recovering 2.
I think Joseph must be too, because he talks a lot about 2s.
2s can be a lot, right? Twos do a lot of things, unfortunately, that harm themselves. They don't have a lot of boundaries. They're very judgmental. They can be. They're very sensitive. They know what's going on over there. They want to be peacekeepers, all of that. So what I love about your chart is that you have a 3. And the 3 is great because number 1 is a child. You're social, you're interactive in your positive sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are, you know what you like. You're very self-expressed. So as a child, if you ask a 3, do you like this or do you want to do that? They know exactly what they want. They know exactly what they like, and they're very articulate about it. Were you that child?
Yeah,
Good. And
definitely.
they're social people, like they're great communicators. They're great at expression. Let's just say it could be artistic, it could be dancing, it could be singing, it could be writing, whatever that expression is, you're very good at it. 3s as professionals typically are great salespeople because they can engage in a variety of different ways with a lot of different people. They're a lot of fun, and people are very attracted to threes. Downside of a three is you're not really capable of expressing your feelings. So conversations about how you feel. You can talk about what you like and what you think, but not how you feel. Right? Is that true? That's very
Not necessarily.
Yeah. No. Good.
I've had experiences in my life that have given me windows to understanding that feelings are very important.
Right, but we're talking about your childhood now.
Oh, in my childhood.
Because it's your
Did I
first
express
three.
my feelings? I think I did.
All right. Okay, good. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
So I like that. I noticed the 19 right off the bat because it's your birthday, right?
Yeah.
So you've got the 19-10-1, which could be self-confidence or a lack of confidence. The good news is, like I said, you've got the 1, the 9, and the 0, which I love because the 9 is talking about wisdom. As an old soul, you have a lot of inherent knowledge and wisdom beyond this lifetime. So you're very wise. And there's things that you know that you're aware of that you didn't learn in this lifetime, but it's part of your repertoire, which is great. I relate very well to 9s. I'm a 27-9, but 9s are very near and dear to my heart. And 9s have a wonderful ability to reach out to people who are very cerebral, like our friends, the 7s.
Yes.
Because 9s are wise intuitively and also very intuitive. Okay, so a lot of usually those of us that have 9s in our charts have a good sense of intuition and are very connected to our other higher self, let's just say. Okay, where
When
we
you
have the
out to 7s, when you say reach out to 7s, you mean people with 7 as a destiny number?
Yes, typically people who have 7s in their destiny are very selective in who they will even entertain an intellectual conversation with.
Yeah.
And
No.
a 9 is one and a
Yeah.
4 is the other. The 4 is the self-made person, the person that learned by doing. The 4 is the salt of the earth. The 4 is the person who learns by the school of hard knocks, has usually, they're very organized, they're very meticulous in their positive sense. They have a very high work ethic, and the work isn't done until it's done to their satisfaction. So they're
that's
the
7 too.
It
Right?
is, but in a different way. So a 4's hands-on, learns by doing. A 7 is extremely smart, but that's why 7s and 4s will entertain the conversations because they've learned and they're very meticulous about what they know. However, they've learned by different ways. 7s don't like manual labor. They'd rather think about
Well,
it.
that happened. I know a 7 that does manual labor for his business.
Really?
There's a contradiction, and he truly is a 7 in that he's very cerebral. He's constantly assuming that he's right and he's got it all figured out. He doesn't follow into any of the bureaucratic government issued stuff. He's definitely on the edge. He is a little paranoid,
Lack of trust.
But he works in the dirt. He's my gardener.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now, is that his passion and his love? Or is it something that he
well, it's what he make his money.
Okay, so it is.
And yes, he does like it, but would he rather doesn't know what else to do?
I see.
That's where his life has led him.
Okay.
And because
he is not because he is, what am I trying to say here? Not antisocial, but he couldn't do a lot of regular jobs. He wouldn't fit in.
I see. Now, when's his birthday? What's the day and month of his birthday?
Well, I've already looked into him. I don't really want to talk about him.
No. I was wondering what his sign was, whether he was earth, wind, air, or fire.
No, he's Gemini.
Oh, so he's an air sign. He's a mutable air sign. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Got it. No, I just wanted to know. And that might...
About the 9, and the 9 comes up for me, yes, in my birthday.
Yes.
Which is my personal experiences.
Yes.
But otherwise, and it comes up in my maturity.
Okay.
Changes with M. Jane Bradner. I
Right.
gain it. And so that gives me 2 9s in my intensity,
Correct.
which is great. So I got it in my personal year, and I have it in my maturity. The 7, which I'm missing, either with, no matter how you use my name.
That's not true. You get a 7, you get a 16-7 if you use your MJ in your growth.
Yes.
But that was young. That was young.
Yes, you're right. I'm looking at that. Because I've got that in my own chart here, but did you put it up?
Yeah, I have it right here. Yeah.
Okay. Personal growth is 16-7.
Yeah.
So that's good, which I don't believe I had in as Jane.
That's correct. You don't.
So I get there. And also it's my challenge, 1877.
Right. So that's usually where I go next, with the fact that you're, so usually when I do somebody's chart, I will look first at, obviously their destiny early on. I look for karmic debt or 18-9, which I love. And then I go right to the challenges. And when I see repeating numbers in their challenges, especially with your lifelong challenge as a 7, the conversation typically starts where we talk about either trust, maybe abuse of power, potential abuse of power that got brought in, or spiritual growth or religion.
Yeah. So the 7 in that challenge, I feel quite comfortable with, because at the age of 58, well, for me, it was 60. It was pretty darn close. Bam. I started on this journey.
There you go. There you go.
And I'm still, and I will always do it. So, it's not a challenge now for me, but it is a indicator that I'm on my path.
Exactly. So this is what you're here, and that what you were looking to explore, and you are.
And I did it before I saw this chart. That's the right angle that my life took.
Sure. But your lifelong challenge was the 7 here, which began at 44, but is also your lifelong challenge. So the 7 wasn't just in your last chapter.
Oh, right, which was the 58. Is that the 50?
That's correct.
In the last chapter. So, right. So that one there is 44. What did I say? I know I've kind of looked at this and thought about it. Well, 44, couldn't quite, because I just had 37 was my last baby. So she was like 7.
Exactly.
So I was really pursuing my lifelong religious or spiritual challenge, not religious, but spiritual.
Well, it would have been your lifelong challenge. So in other words, you would have wanted or felt interested or compelled or uncomfortable with your religious pursuits, right? Or not necessarily felt settled. I have a really good friend of mine, and she's changed religions. I can't tell you how many times. And here she is in her early 60s, and she's like, her mom just died and she didn't have a priest, and all these things. And it's because she's been conflicted her whole life, in the area of religion. She wanted something, but she couldn't find it. She couldn't find it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go religion at all, although my mother did, and she had a priest that, gave her final blessings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I guess that 44, this would have been more what we would regard as a challenge, and that I wasn't living any kind of spiritual journey until I into my 58th, 60th, round about that year.
Well, and
So,
but it makes sense that you've been
Yeah.
doing this work.
Yeah, since
Yeah.
about the age.
Exactly. So the fact is that you are
Okay.
working on the things that you are challenged with, right? How did your in your second phase in your 30s, 34 to 43, how did that challenge with your 8 show up in manifestation and being able to, or was that your
What was that? 34? What were the ages again? 34.
34 to 43 would have
Yeah.
been your challenge as an 8? Let me close the
Well,
door.
I would have been challenged.
You would have been what?
It was a challenge because unless you regard, I was having my babies in those years.
Okay, got it.
So I've thought about that, and I thought, well, if procreation is abundance, yes, then that could fit.
Mhm.
But in terms of, and of course, personal growth and all that, I mean, it's just different. It's not what I would think normally an 8 would bring. Money, power, and abundance.
Well, in your challenge, so remember, when your 8's in your challenge, that means you're struggling with manifestation. So a lot of times 8's are very distracted and they don't focus. So they've got a lot of irons in the fire and they're not getting a lot done according to what they'd like to get done because they're not focusing.
Yeah, and that's because I was preoccupied with bringing up children.
Sure, and that makes sense. And that would be your value. Yeah.
But it became a challenge too, because I'd given up my job. I was a teacher in North Vancouver. So I let my job go at probably 33. So it's right there. And that was devastating for me, even though I did it. I really regretted it for like 8 years.
Interesting. Now, see, I always knew for myself, and I said this to my husband, well, when we got married, his 6-year-old son came to live with us. We dated from the time his son was like not even 2. But by the time we got married, he came to live with us. And I always knew that I wasn't going to be a stay-at-home mom. That wasn't going to be the best solution for me. That I could do both and I would be very good at it. But if I was just to stay home, that would not be a good solution for me at all.
Yeah. Well, in my life, because I married an 8, it wasn't, he kind of made that decision. We didn't have daycare. You have to have a nanny come in and she'd have to live in, and he wasn't going to go for that.
Wow.
And the other was just too, I mean, I tried with a babysitter, but it wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
Both. And
we were very lucky. We had family very close. My in-laws lived in the same house. We had a 2-family. So my mother-in-law was there. My parents were only a couple streets away, but my mom was working still a little, she was working, but we did have a village, and my sister-in-law had a full-time job, but she filled in. So we had lots of people that were helping to raise our children with us. It was a village that raised our kids. Yeah. Worked out good.
I totally got the 8.
Yeah, you got it.
Because I was challenged.
It makes sense. How about the 1? How about the 1 in your early years? Stepping forward, being the leader.
Well, I grew up in a family of 7. And I was the middle child.
Oh, there you go.
So the 1 is a challenge. My sister was the leader.
So you were a co-pilot. You went along.
Yeah. I was that much. Yeah. But as a adult, like at 18, I took charge of my life. I knew what I was going to do and I did it.
Yeah.
And I married who I wanted to marry at the time. And I got a teaching job, which was very difficult to do in this, early 80s.
Uh-huh.
So it all worked out. So the leadership is, I'm not on a bandstand and I'm not running my own business, but a teacher, you're given a lot of autonomy, and I ran my ship.
Sure. Which is good.
So
In other words, what you're saying here is that you've worked through your challenges. So you saw the downside, but you worked through them and you overcame them very well, which
I
is
believe
beautiful.
I did.
Yeah. And you're at the end of your 9-year cycle. So you're wrapping up your 9-year cycle. What's your new beginning?
I know. Well, my new beginning, which will be February,
Correct. Because it's birthday to birthday.
is to how to say it more clearly. I guess, I just carrying on my journey and looking for strength, clarity, and wisdom. My own personal journey.
What are you wrapping up? What are you wrapping up in this 9-year cycle? What did you do for the last 9?
Well, healing for me. Although if you think of healing in a more general term, it is everyone's journey, because metaphysically we are separated from the universe or from God, and we are separated from each other. So that part of it, I'm not denying or releasing. But my own personal healing, which I did take on as a personal challenge, in 2012, 2013, right then, that I'm releasing, that I have wrapped up.
Okay. How long ago were you divorced?
That many years. That's it.
So maybe the last 9 years was your independence, right? And being your own person away from the marriage. However, it worked or didn't work for you, right? Is being independent. Could that be?
Yeah. Well, I didn't move. I've stayed in the same house, and I've kept many of my same interests out, physical interests, things that I do. But I changed the inside entirely. So, my foundation began then. And I'm not talking about the divorce, signing the papers. I'm talking about when he left the house.
Sure. No. I get it. Because it would have been that, well, moving is one of the major shocks in the world, right? Is when people, that's why when, people lose family members and then they move and they change jobs, it's like, what are you doing to yourself? Moving is
in my marriage, Carrie, I moved 13 times. 13 times in my marriage. That's what he wanted to do. That's 26 times in and out of boxes.
Oh no.
And, at the time, we did have one house that we lived in for 12 years. So you can imagine how rapidly in the following 20 years we moved in order to create that number, like every year and a half.
Oh.
And I kept our family together. I kept the children glued. They stayed in there.
How stressful was that? How stressful?
Very. And it became more stressful. And his mother said to me one day, "You've got to stop moving." I said, "You talk to your son, because he won't listen to me."
Why would he move? Why would he say that he would move?
Well, I don't know what his deepest feelings are, but I justified it that he was antsy or creative, or those were my words. But really, I think I would say was after was he was looking for the lift, and it was flipping houses.
Oh, so he would come in, fix it, sell
Move.
it.
Yeah.
Got it. But
the builder, his business is building custom homes.
Got it. So but he didn't have to do that with his whole family. He could have a beautiful mountain. He could have had a beautiful home in the suburbs and done that all over.
Yeah. But he didn't choose to do that. And I couldn't change him. And he's an 8.
Yeah.
But he's not a positive 8.
He's in his negative. Yeah.
terribly, even critical.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Well, I say that to my aides, and I say, I call you miracle manifestors. And I said, in the positive sense, and of course I explain positive, negative, and critical. And I say, you're a miracle, but you're still an eight, whether you're in your positive or your negative, and you can change at any time, right? You have it all. You're just picking up the negative side of the stick. But the eight as a miracle manifester means you set your mind to it and it's going to happen. So
Yeah.
you want water? Give me
He wants,
hydrogen and oxygen and I'll make water.
he
And
told me money right in the beginning.
really,
So I knew that. Yeah. He didn't say I want money, but he says, I want to make $1 million by the time I'm 40. And I went, whoa, that's interesting. Okay. Because I don't come from that family. My family is Gendron is my maiden name, and it's a 5.
okay.
My parents were very laid back. My dad was a very successful doctor, and we never had issues with money. I've never had money issues, which I really am grateful for. But it's not the end all be all.
That's exactly right. As the motivator, right? When you compromise yourself or your family or your life,
Your
because you're going to work and relationships, right? And you build that moat around yourself or that heart wall.
Yeah, he's
the
got
family
that.
suffers. The family
Yeah.
suffers for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead.
So that's great. So a lot of this stuff,
So the next 9, we're talking about the next 9, right? And in continuing this pursuit, I'm a little concerned with that lack of direction.
yeah, for the next 9 years. Yeah.
Or are you going to repeat what you just did because you could for the next 9, or at least for the next 5?
I will never repeat what I've just done. There's no question. Are you kidding?
Well, I'm saying with the same MO, right? So if you don't wrap it up, and you don't start something new, then you're just going to keep going. Not saying you're going to be in the same spot, but you're just going to keep moving forward, but you're in the same cycle.
So yeah, so I could do sort of like I would do a ritual, whereby I would declare myself free of A, B, C, D, and then set my intention to continue my spiritual journey,
Good.
personal development.
That's perfect.
And continue as the matriarch of this family, which I have become.
Of course. Yes.
And function in that way, but not to the what's the word? Of my own personal
detriment.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, that would be it in general terms. But
so can I ask you why the resistance with the writing?
Probably because it's new, like the painting.
Yeah.
I got things in there, but still sitting there, and I'm waiting for. Because part of my MO often is I'm excited about things. I get started on things, and then I leap off to other things.
Interesting.
Yeah. I've got many interests.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about this, because I'm seeing a pattern when we're looking at your expression, especially with your Jane Bradner. Just Jane Bradner, because I think Jane Bradner is what you use commonly, right?
Yeah.
You introduce yourself and you socialize with people. So let me bring up your Jane Bradner and let me talk about what I notice and see how that might be playing in. So I notice you have a 14-5 in your maturity, which is karmic, as you know. And I also notice you have the 5 in the subconscious.
Same as them. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right, M Jane has the same. So, but you have the and the 14.5 is the same in M Jane as well? Let me see.
I'm just looking.
No, your maturity changes to a 9 in your M Jane. So the 14.5 was previous, right?
Yeah, 14.5, yeah.
14.5 goes away. But for Jane Bradner, I see the 14.5 as karmic, and then I see the 5 in your subconscious, which were you on the call when we were talking about the 5s? And when we bring in the subconscious, how limiting it is as having the 5.
Mm-hmm.
So you were on that call, right? So the 14.5.
Got it a lot. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the 14.5 is what you brought in from a previous life, right? So that would be that you want freedom, but it's coming from a place of constraint, right? Or a lack thereof. The other thing that 14.5 could be, and I don't know if this plays at all for you or not, but it could also equate to addiction or having those in your life with addiction.
Oh, yeah.
And that, especially when I see the 14.5.
That's with Jane Bradner.
That's just with Jane, but I think you use Jane more than you use M Jane.
Yes, I do.
So that's my concern.
Certainly,
with-
like in expression, in social settings. I told you the M is all part of.
Mhm.
So that's not what we're talking about when we ask, and I must have queried Joseph many times on, what do you mean by, what do you go by, you know?
Right.
So,
I would actually, and looking at the 3 names, I would actually encourage the M that you do let people know that you're M Jane. I don't know if it's awkward for you to say M Jane.
well, to introduce myself as M. Jane.
Yeah, or have it on your social media or have it on your because you use it in your checkbook, right?
Yeah.
Um, there's lots of people who use their initial or their first initial on top of it. But anyways, I mean, M Jane does get rid of this 14.5 for your maturity, because let's face it, we're there, you and I, in the maturity portion. I would rather be a 9 in maturity than a 14.5.
Yes.
Especially as my end of life, especially when I'm working on my final challenges and my spiritual awakening and all of that, right? I would much rather be the person who wants to make the world a better place, who's very spiritual, who has intuition, who has inherent knowledge, as opposed to someone who is looking for freedom. And doesn't mean that and do you want to travel? Do you want adventure? How do you feel about the changeability and going on your own? Or do you want to be with people?
I'd rather be with people.
Yeah, I think you're an M Jane. I think you are an M Jane. I would encourage, I wouldn't go with Jane, just Jane. I'd go with M Jane on Zoom, on when you're introducing yourself. I do it on social media. And I mean, people can call you Jane, just like people call me Carrie. Carrie's a 9. And my expression is a 3, when I do my whole name or whatever, or I'll introduce myself as Carrie S. Lemlin. They don't know how I'm spelling it. But when I say Lemlin and I spell it Lemlin, people get it. With the E in the middle, they don't get it. They don't know what to say. They call it Lemelin or Lemelin. So, I mean, I know obviously. Go ahead.
Jane, I have Jane. I haven't, I don't know how to change it on Zoom. I don't know how to change it on my email.
Oh, we can do that easily right now. You want to do it?
Sure, does it change my email? Like, how does that work? I mean, all of a
You
sudden,
have to, no, what you can do, is create another, so you have a Gmail, right? It's Jane Bradner.
yeah,
Okay, so you create another account. I have like 5 of them. I have at least 5. So you just go to Google and create a new a new email. So you go in M Jane Bradner if you want to do M Jane Bradner, or you could do M Jane, you know, however you want, whatever you want to call yourself, right? So if you, but I would include the M. I mean, right now you're Jane Bradner, so I would see if M Jane Bradner is available. Let's see if it is. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me bring up Google or Gmail. Let's see what
so when
got.
I send, most of my texts, when I send, not my text, because I mean, my text probably says Jane Bradner. How do I get rid of that? How do I change that?
What, your text on your
Yeah,
phone?
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's what you sign up as, right? So so let me show you what I'm doing here, and you could probably do this. So let me go back here and I'll share my screen. Okay, so I'm stopping sharing here and I'm going to reshare. And I'm going to share not that. Not that. Show all windows. Hold on. This. Okay, I'm going to share the screen. Okay, see this screen here? I'm in my Gmail. See in the upper right-hand corner over here?
Okay, yeah. Cool.
I
Google
have,
it.
yeah, I have all these different sign-ons. So I have Carrie.Lemlin. I have C Lemlin 226. I've got an old one here, C&D Properties, and you can add another account. So if you go in here and you add an account, they're going to say, okay, so you sign in with whatever your Gmail is. Okay, so I'm here. I'm going to go next. I'm signing in as Carrie.Lemlin just because, and I'm going here. Hold on. Hold on. What happened? Hold on. I'm going here.
This is on your email page, is it?
Yes. So if you're in Google Workspace, right? And you go to the right-hand corner here, see, I'm in a different email. I'm in C Lemlin 226. So that's another email I created. So if you click on the right-hand side here,
yeah,
you can add another account, or you
and
can manage.
They
I'm
all
sorry?
fund your account.
So you
They
can
all
go.
fund your email. All of your 4 or 5 accounts.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Do all your 4 or 5 accounts, do they all funnel into the same page, the same email receiving?
You can do that. So what you could do is create another Gmail, and you could actually forward all your emails from Jane Bradner to M Jane Bradner. Let's just say you're doing M Jane Bradner because that's what we like, right? So, and then what would happen is you would work in your M Jane Bradner. So eventually people would start using M Jane Bradner. But even if they would use Jane Bradner, it would forward into your M Jane Bradner, and then you would sign it M Jane Bradner, which would solve your problem. So you can create another account. You can create another email address. You can have as many as you want. If you want to go into Yahoo, if you want to go into Outlook, you can just create a new, and you just want to make sure that nobody else has M Jane Bradner. And
well,
if you want to do it now,
you want to check? Yeah.
Yeah, let me look. So let's just see here. Let me look here.
Try Janie Bradner, but that gives me a 1. A
Yeah,
1.
you don't want Janie. You want M Jane Bradner.
Okay.
So we're looking at now, we're going back here. And I want to add another email. All right, so they want create an account. See right here? So I'm just going to go into create an account and I'm going to say for my personal use. Okay. So I'm just going to look here and I'm going to say M first name.
Do you
And
use capital letters? No. Okay.
so I'm
Okay.
going to say username is M Jane Bradner at Gmail. And I'm
Yes.
just and then you have to create a password.
Just say 3, 4, 5 or something.
What is it?
Just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. And
We're
also,
not, right? We won't be using it.
well, I don't know. I don't want to take it if you're not gonna. So I'm
Oh.
showing the password.
So do we want to make a real password?
Yeah, give me a real password.
What is my password for my email? I mean, forever I used my birth date and they just hate that.
They do, for good reason.
Yeah. How about NFH?
What?
NFH. New Frontier Dealer.
NFH. That's all you want?
Well, probably I should have maybe a date on that.
219.
Or 9. NFH 9.
Okay.
Is this wrapping up or a new beginning or not? This gives me my 9, right?
Okay. So do you want any capitals or anything?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay. So you better write that. Let's see if this is gonna, I might be creating this for you. So NFH9 and it's M Jane Bradner at Gmail. It's going to tell me if it's already taken anyways. So M Jane Bradner. Okay, let's see. Next. Oh, you need 8 characters. They
Okay,
want
so
a password.
I think we need a character in there. So what's a character like?
Well, you need 8. You need at least 8. So right now you only have 4.
Oh, you need 8.
Yeah, a total of 8 characters for a password.
Mm-hmm. Okay, NFH. Well, how about N8369? Gives me more numbers. 36.9.
Okay. 36.9.
7.
36.9.
No. Take it back. Okay. Well, that's fine. I would have gone NFH 369.
369. Okay. NFH 369.
But I think I need one more, don't I? Or 2 more.
Well, let's see what it says. It says 8. Yeah, that's only 6 characters. So I need 2 more.
Okay. Let's see. Okay.
Exclamation point. They might want you an uppercase too.
Yeah, so it'd be a capital N.
Capital. Yeah.
And 2 exclamation marks.
Okay. Got it.
Or
Well,
30. I mean, I could have had a 33 in there, but Destiny and all those kinds of numbers are not looked at.
capital NFH 369 exclamation point double, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a screenshot of this so that I can send it to you. So you'll have it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to take a screenshot of this.
This should be capital N, capital F, capital H.
Oh, you want all caps?
I think so.
NFH. Okay, good.
369 capital or exclamation mark.
2 exclamations.
Yeah, to make not 8.
Okay. Okay, let me take another screenshot because that one's wrong. Okay. All right. And I'm going to minimize this and I'm going to see if that works. Okay. So this will work for you. Phone number, and then they want an email address. All right, so your phone
So-
number,
To me,
what?
how do I get that to me?
Well, you're gonna sign in. So let me back out and you go in and do it for yourself. But I'm
Okay.
telling you, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So, so what you want to do is you want to create a new account. Did you see how I did it?
Yeah.
So you go here, you add another account.
If I go to my email,
Yep.
I'm looking at my email,
The upper
Things that-
right-hand corner.
but on the, I don't have it big like you. I've just, well, this is my phone for one thing.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe that's not going to work. So let me just quickly here, I'll go into my, okay. So here's my, Carrie, you're so cute. You just get things done.
Well, I've got 8s in my chart too.
Good. Okay.
I
so
got
it's not in
7s,
my
8s, and
right-hand-
9s.
So I've got an Apple and a Mac.
Okay.
And so I don't have that right-hand corner thing that you were talking about.
Okay, so where do you find, and when you're in your Gmail, where do you find your Google account that says your Jane Bradner?
Well, that would be in settings.
There
be
should be
down
some
here.
sort of icon or something that kind of shows you in the upper something or some sort of, you're looking at.
Internet accounts. Kind of sounds like
It
it.
would be in your Gmail. It would actually.
Gmail accounts and 3 more. Okay. This is for Jane Bradner and it says
Okay, good.
details.
And when you click on it, it should pop up a window where it tells you you can add another account.
Okay, email for Jane Bradner. I don't think that's what we want. Contacts, calendars, messages, notes. iCloud.
Nope, it would be your M for the mail, email. And you can create, because they love it when you have a million of them.
Yeah, you'd think that I could get that. Okay, so I'll say search.
Okay, so we can do it another way. When
Search for add an account.
Yes.
Let's try that. NT add. Oh, sorry. Add account. System preferences. Well, that didn't get me what I wanted. So I'm going to go back to internet accounts. I'm on Google. Mail, contacts, calendars, messages, notes.
Okay, so go to Safari and type in the search, add Gmail or add new email, Google email or something like that, Gmail, add new Gmail. And it should
Add
be
new Gmail account. Okay.
And then
add new Gmail account to Google account. Add
yeah,
new
just
Gmail
go into that. And then what they should give you is an option to create an account. Once you've created them, Jane, then you can link them together and you can forward your old one to your new one.
Yeah,
So
it
then
talks about that. It says under add or remove your account in the top right, tap your profile picture.
Okay.
So that's what you did, I think, on yours.
That's right. I did.
Right. You can have multiple Gmail accounts. The short answer is yes.
Yes, of course you can.
Okay, but where do I add to remove? So where do I go back there to find my profile picture? Okay, let's go to here.
It's probably in settings.
Sign into Gmail, add or remove inbox categories and tabs. Okay, add another email account to the Gmail app. Read and send mail from. Got to get more. Add or remove add an account. I think it's right here. You can add both Gmail and non-Gmail accounts to the Gmail app for Android. I'm not doing Android though,
No, you don't have to do that.
so I don't want to be there. Sign into Gmail. So I just have to sign in and then open your inbox to check your mail.
Yeah, and you can forward, once you've created the M. Jane Bradner, which you now know you can have, right?
Yeah.
You can actually forward it to the email Jane Bradner.
Yeah, I think I've got it here. Jane Bradner at Gmail. Manage your Google account. Add another account.
There you go.
I don't know why Elisa's on that, but use another account. Oh, it's a little different than create, isn't it? Email or phone. Create an account. That's what I want to do for myself to manage my business. Just for myself, right?
For yourself, personal, yeah.
Okay, create your Google account to continue to Gmail. First name, M. Jane, right?
Yep, M. Jane.
Do you want to, should we just carry on now that I'm right here, Carrie?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Username, mjanebradner@gmail.com. Available, Bradner M. Jane 02, Bradner M. Jane Bradner 847. So maybe it's not available.
It's saying it's not available?
It says what is available is Bradner M. Jane 02.
Okay,
M.
hold
Jane-
on. Let me finish it. Let me finish it and I'll give it to you because they're not letting you have it because I already have it.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
No, so let me do no Frontier Healer 369 exclamation exclamation. And then what you'll do is you'll claim it. Okay. New
Okay.
Frontier Healer 369 to keep it simple. I want to show the password, which I have. I'm going next. Oh, what's your mobile number? Area code?
Well, you can't just cancel that, I guess, huh?
No, I can't cancel it. I tried to go back, but it's already locking it in. So I might as well finish it so you can have it. All you have to do is sign in and you'll have it.
Oh, okay.
What's your phone number?
604.
Yep.
250
Mm-hmm.
0215.
0215. What's your other email address? You want to just use Jane Bradner in case something happens to this one at Gmail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jane Bradner at gmail.com.
And your birthday's February 19th of 1962.
No, 1953.
1953. Oh, why did I have 62? 53. Did I do that wrong? 53. How do I have 62? I did that wrong. 53. But 62, I guess, works the same. But it's
You
isn't
got
that
30?
funny?
You got
Everything
30?
works out the same. I had 62. I made you 9 years younger. 53.
Yippee.
53.
1953.
Oh my goodness. That, I don't know where I got your 62. There you go. Interesting. Okay, so you're 53. Okay, and your gender? Do you rather not say? No, I'm just kidding.
Female.
All right. Okay, they're gonna verify your phone number. Google will send you a text message with a 6-digit verification to your cell phone. I'm gonna have them send it to you. And just tell me the number so I can
Okay.
verify it for you.
Okay, G as in George.
Yep.
5718. I lost it.
Will come up. Go back to your text.
Yeah. Gotta go back to my text. Okay, G is in George.
Yep.
571831.
Okay, so I verified it. Okay, get more for your number, blah, blah, blah. Now we're gonna skip it. We're not gonna do anything else. We're gonna agree to the options. Are you okay with the options? Because you created the
Yeah.
Gmail? Okay, I'm agreeing on your behalf. All right, no thanks. All right, I'm creating it now. Then what I'm gonna want you to do is go into Gmail, log in, and I'm gonna have you log in with this sign on, and then you're gonna have it.
Okay.
All right, so go into your login. Oh, hold on, it's temporarily unavailable. Why is that?
I've asked for it.
Try again, sign up. Okay, hold on, maybe
So
that's.
I should come out of this, just erase what I've done here.
Hold on. Okay, so I think it's okay. So I'm going to log out of this. I'm going to. I'm gonna go into this. Okay, so you try to log into MJ Bradner.
So what should I do? What I started to create here on my own.
Don't try to create, just log in.
I know, but I've already got this page in front of me about creating the MJ Bradner. So shall I just
Shut it
exit
down.
it?
Yeah,
Shut
exit
it.
out. Yep.
I just had a feeling that maybe I should delete it.
Yeah.
Just in
Yep.
case I want to come back to it or something. I don't know. Okay, so I'll just come out of there and I'm going to go back to my email.
Mm-hmm.
And do I see something there?
Okay, I would go into Safari and just say sign into Gmail.
Oh, okay,
You're
right.
gonna go into that, and then
Safari, sign into Gmail, sign in into email, sign into email. Sign into Gmail, Gmail
Yep.
account,
yep,
sign into Gmail inbox,
yep.
the account, I think. Which one do you like, the inbox or the account?
The inbox.
Sign into. There's a new Gmail. We are saying goodbye to inbox at the end of March 2019.
Okay, that means they're just updating it. They'll send you the updates, but as long as you can log in.
Try the new Gmail.
Okay.
Or sign into inbox.
Just sign into inbox for now. They'll update it after.
Okay, well, I already did that. So now I'm on the new Gmail.
Okay.
It looks a little different. Okay, go into my profile.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be you. So what you're going to be able to do, I don't know if you have to go into the old account. Let me just see. Let me see how to do that.
I don't
So
have the
I'm
new account here.
manage, so then you manage your Gmail account. Then, let's see.
Welcome, Jane Bradner. Manage your info and privacy.
Data and privacy, yeah, they're trying to set up, but there's a way to forward your other emails to the new email.
Manage your data and privacy.
You know what I would do is I would just type it into
Search
Google
Google.
question. Yeah. How do you forward email, old email,
How do you forward
to
emails from from another account? Do you think?
yeah, let me just see what it says.
How
Automatic
do you
forwarding.
forward emails from another account?
Here it is right here on my computer. On your computer, open Gmail using your account you want to forward messages from. So that means go from your old Jane Bradner. Oh, and it says click on the top right, which is settings, wherever your settings is.
It's settings in Gmail.
Yeah, but in your old email, the Jane Bradner one.
Personal info on my Google account with Jane Bradner. Add a photo to do. Okay, contact info, janebradner@gmail.com. So this is my profile on Jane Bradner at Gmail.
Yes.
Choose what
You want to
others
see
see.
all settings. So you want to look at all settings.
Oh, I don't know about this.
In settings, you want to look at all settings.
In settings. Oh man, where's the settings? Home, personal info. Okay, here's home. So I want settings, personal info, data and privacy, security, people and sharing, payments and subscriptions.
There should be forwarding. Apps and services somewhere.
So what am I looking for? You said
What we want to do is on your settings, we want to look for
settings, add settings, data and privacy, search settings. I said, where are settings?
we want to yeah, settings, there should be some sort of you know, the gear someplace, because you have a MacBook, it's different wherever your settings are.
Well, my settings for the computer, system preferences.
It's not the settings for the computer, it would be settings for your Gmail.
Yeah.
All right, let me send you this, because this is gonna tell you. Because you want to change, I'm gonna take a screenshot. Okay, so let me send you an email real quick. I'm gonna send you an email. Not this one. I'm gonna send you. Let's see, hold on. From C11, okay. Jane Bradner, Gmail.com. Okay, new email info. All right, so I'm gonna give you, first I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna send you this because it has your new stuff. Okay, and then I'm gonna go after it.
Is it here? So
And
this is
then
the thing that you have, manage your Google settings. Under account, tap manage your
see
Google account.
this automatic forwarding right here. I'm gonna send you this.
Scroll to the tab you want, manage.
How do you forward? This is in Gmail. This is the instructions that you want in order to on this one. And then this is how you want to find the settings. So this is turning on automatic forwarding, which is what you want to do. So I'm sending you the email with your new Gmail information and your new password, as well as the instructions on how to forward your email.
Okay, I'm just waiting for it.
Okay.
So I'm not creating an account.
I've already done it for you.
You've done it. Okay. Okay.
So it's got the whole thing. The only problem is, I know I have a MacBook too. My daughter uses it, my MacBook, but it's always harder because it's just different and not everything works exactly the same. So that's definitely not what I'm doing.
On your computer, open Gmail. Okay. So that's what I've got. I just did that. On the top.
Well, they're saying
right.
it's on the top right. It's on the top right for my computer. For yours, it might not be.
Yeah, it's given me the same. Click settings, forwarding, and pop-up forwarding section. I don't know. On your computer, open Gmail using the account you want to forward messages to. Well, see, I don't have that.
I know that's you might say, you might actually, because it might be a little different on a MacBook. It might be a little different on a MacBook. Well, I'm sure it is a little different because the operating system's different.
Yeah, it still doesn't offer me the one that I want, that I'd like. I can do it with M. Jane Bradner with a 6. But you think I can grab it from you. You don't think I need to create it.
No, I created it. It's all yours.
You can do it on anybody's computer. You don't have to do it on your own.
You could go to somebody else's house and sign in on their computer. You could go to the library and open up Gmail and sign in with your information and access your email. It doesn't matter which computer you set it up with.
Okay, so I'm looking at the same thing on my computer that says manage your Google settings. Okay. It says under account, tap manage. So that's what I don't get. Okay, here it is. Where is my account settings?
It should be under settings. Yeah, there should be a
manage your Google settings. Learn how to change security, private settings, step set visual on your phone. Uses, manage and services, important services. So learn how to check Android. We're not doing Android. This is on the phone. Under account, tap manage. Under your account.
So in your settings, you're in Gmail. Did you find settings?
Yeah, I'm under manage your Google settings.
Okay. Are you now in all? Yeah, go ahead.
To account. I have to go to account. This is giving me the directions that you've given me here.
Okay.
About under account, tap manage your Google account.
Okay. And you want to, these are quick settings. I want to see all settings.
Across the tops.
And I want to forward.
I just want to get to account now. I'm under manage. So where do I go to get into my account? The J?
Yes.
Manage your
Click
Google
on the J. Yeah.
account. Okay. Now I'm back to this page. Welcome, Jane Bradner. Manage your info. What did it say to tap on?
Forward. There's something for forwarding. Hmm. Let's see.
I guess I
My
lost
picture.
that. Okay, so I'm in my account.
There should be, okay, so it's saying forwarding. Okay, so once you're in settings, are you in settings?
I'm in my account. I'm
Okay,
not in manage my account. I'm in my account.
okay, so there's a settings. When you're in your account, there should be settings and see, can you see this screen I'm sharing?
Yes, I can see it. Can I read it? It
Okay.
says settings at the top.
It does. So on the right, it says your Google account, the one you're signed in as. So you
Yeah.
had an M, right, for M Jane. And next to that should be this gear, something like this gear.
So am I actually signing into M Jane now, not Jane?
No, you want to be in the Jane. You want to be in the
Yeah.
one that's Jane because you want to forward it to the M Jane.
Right. Okay.
See this window that I'm in settings? So I clicked on this gear, which is settings. There's got to be some sort of gear someplace where it has apps and it has a question mark and it should have a gear.
Mhm. Support Google Apps. So there's my account, search maps. It's not in there. It should be on my account. Google account, Jane Bradner at gmail.com. Manage your Google account.
You say manage your Google. No, we don't want to manage your Google account. We want settings for your Gmail account. So if you're in your managing your Google account, go into your Gmail.
Now I'm into my account. Manage my Google, okay, I'm in my account. Okay, what can I ask for, Carrie? What
You're
did you
looking
say?
for Gmail settings.
Enhance safe browsing for your account. Turn on enhanced safe browsing to get faster, more proactive protection against dangerous websites. Fine, anyways, that's checked. That's not what I want. It's not it. I asked for looking for Gmail settings.
Yep.
I don't know. Oh, ad settings, search settings, data and privacy.
Yes. Settings.
Turn on safe search. Google recommends using Chrome. Do you use Chrome?
Sometimes, not always.
Google recommends using Chrome has popped up. Well,
Okay,
we're not going to do that right
yeah,
now.
they just want you to do that, but we want settings within your Gmail, not your Google account, your Gmail.
Wow.
Can't
Safe
find
search.
it.
Well, they stick, when I say search settings, they give me security, self-search filters, etc.
Type in on a Google search Gmail settings for MacBook.
Google settings for Mac. MAC.
You don't want Google, you want Gmail. See, there's a difference. Google is everything. Gmail is what we're dealing with, is your email within Google. I think
Okay,
you're in the Google set. You're in the Google reign. We want to get down to the Gmail.
So I want
level.
Gmail settings
You do.
for Mac.
Yes. Let me see if I can find it. Email settings.
I think I have to get somebody in maybe. Gmail settings for Mac. Gmail settings for Mac Mail. Sounds
Setting
good.
up Gmail.
Set up Gmail with Apple Mail.
Yeah. Okay.
How do I change Gmail settings on Mac?
Change your Gmail settings, computer.
How do I change Gmail settings on Mac? On your computer, go to Gmail. In the
Yeah.
top right, click settings.
It's the same as I'm looking at.
At the top, choose a settings page such as general, labels, or inbox. Make your changes. Save changes at the bottom.
How to set up Gmail. You've already got Gmail set up in your Apple Mail, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do I change Gmail settings? That's what I've asked for. On my computer, go to Gmail. So what is Gmail? Gmail. Have I been there? That's not my Google
Gmail,
account.
yeah, Gmail is Google Mail. That's why they call it Gmail. Make sure you have a Google account. Okay. Enter
Well, I
your
was on my Google account, but I don't see. Oh, here. Now I've got a disk. Okay.
Oh, you do? Click on the disk. Click on the disk.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it says your activity, search history, delete last 15 minutes. Learn more about using search, explicit results filter. Don't want that. Appearance, device default search. Well, that didn't help me. See all settings.
Yes.
Now I go back to this safe search filters. This is Google and search settings.
Yeah, we want it for Gmail. You might have to change it because you're in a Mac. I'm looking here. You might have to sign into Google from your Gmail, which you did. And then it'll take you back to Apple Mail preferences. You might have to go through your Apple Mail. And that's probably how you set up your Gmail before, because MacBook wants you to use Apple stuff. And then you have to go through Apple and link it to Gmail. And that might be why we're having all these issues.
Okay. How to set up Gmail email on a Mac Mail.
Okay.
I set up a Gmail account. I'm not doing that, am I? Yes, I am. Set up a Gmail account using the Mac's Mail application. Setting up Gmail on Apple Mail, Apple Support Communities. Apple Mail, Gmail, IMAP, no, not that.
Right. So what they say about the IMAP, right, is you want to forward IMAP on the IMAP tab. You want to click the forwarding on the IMAP tab.
Because I've already set up the Gmail account with you have.
Right, but you're in
correct?
the old Gmail address, and that's where you want to set up forwarding via IMAP.
Okay, how about this? What about this? Gmail setup for Mac Mail.
Yes.
Log into your Gmail account using the web interface
Go
and
ahead.
click on ear icon located.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
That sounds pretty good. Let's try that one.
I think you've already done that, but okay, go
Well, I
ahead.
haven't seen this page, but this is a support page.
Yeah.
Okay. Log into your Gmail account using the web interface and click on the gear icon. Log into your Gmail account. So is that my day-to-day account?
Yes, go into your day-to-day, Jane Bradner.
And then then hit that gear and then go to settings, which is what you've been telling me.
Yep,
But I haven't been on my email page. I've been in my accounts.
that's correct. Yay, we're getting somewhere.
Do you think so?
Yes, I do.
Settings. In
Good.
settings,
Okay, good.
it will show me forwarding and iPop.
Yes,
So-
that's what you want. Forwarding and pop IMAP.
Yes.
Okay, good.
So how do I want to move now. I want to keep this page because I still want to read it. So I
Yep.
want to move it or make it smaller and then bring up
Good.
my email page. Okay, here's my email page. Carrie Lemland has sent me a message which I opened. So this is my email page.
Okay, so
But
you're in your settings.
I'm in my inbox.
No, you want to be in your settings. Go back to the gear in that email. In that email,
On my email page, I want to go to settings.
correct.
Where in the hell is settings?
Where's your,
Right.
you got it?
No.
You're looking for your J in the circle.
Yeah, and it's not in this. It's not on my email page. Instead, I had to go to my email account to find that.
Okay. But when you were saying forwarding and pop and IMAP, that's where you wanted to be in that
Yeah.
manage mail page.
And it says log into your Gmail account using the web
You did.
interface.
Which you did, and that's how you did it because you got the email that I
Okay,
sent
so-
you.
Well, that's not. Okay, so what I'm having problems with is my inbox page, which was where I
Yeah.
received your email and everybody else's.
Yeah. But that's not where you want to be. You want to be in the settings, which is
So I have to
managing your
I have to
email.
be in the account.
So you have to go back into the email portion of
Someone add-
managing.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to that. But here's an email I got just below your email.
Mhm.
Someone added Jane Bradner
That was
as
me.
their recovery email. mjanebradner@gmail.
That was you. That's what I
your
did for you.
email.
Yes.
Yeah. Wants your email address to be their recovery mail.
And they're letting you know that. So in other words, that's what I did. When I set it up, I used your email address. So you're going to say yes. You're going to confirm that.
So, okay, doesn't tell me to.
They're just
say
letting you
yes.
know. They're letting you know that I set the account up and they're using your email as the forwarding in case it wasn't for you, which it
Okay.
is for you.
So
So
I
they're
don't,
just
I'm not
letting you
going to
know.
do anything. It says if you don't recognize it, disconnect. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything with that.
Yep.
Correct? Okay.
Yes, correct.
Oh dear. So I am now going to go back to Safari and Google my account.
Yeah, you want to look, you want to manage your email settings, which however you do that in Safari.
Okay, but then I lose this Gmail setup for Mac, which I like. I should take a picture of it.
Yeah, take a picture.
Okay, so now I don't know if I can see all this, but I guess, yes, I guess I can. I got it all happening here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so again, I'm going back to my Gmail account.
Yes.
Gmail account login. Well, I might as well log in.
Well, I don't know that you have to log in. I think you just have to go to your Gmail account.
Okay, Gmail. Just my Gmail account. Gmail account login, create, recovery, sign in, sign up, settings.
Yes, settings.
I'm gonna go to settings.
Please
that
go to
little
settings.
Gear.
Gear. Yes, go to settings. And then at the top, there should be something that says forwarding and pop IMAP. there's gonna say generals, labels, inbox, blah, blah, blah.
Search history, delete using search appearance. So it's not the right settings. It's not the same settings as you've got.
Okay.
Find settings on your computer, go to Gmail.
Yes, go to Gmail.
Okay, just Gmail. Okay. 2019. That's when it was starting. Can't be true. This is this new Gmail then. And that's
Probably.
the same thing. So that's not working. I don't know, Carrie. I'm just going in circles here.
I think it's because of the MacBook. I think it's different in your MacBook. I think it
Well-
looks different and it, yeah.
I mean, I've got find settings and make changes. So I don't know why. It says on your computer, go to Gmail. And then it says to on the top right, click settings. Choose a settings page such as general, labels, or inbox. Make your
Correct. And then at the top, see where it says, look at my screen. Can you see my screen?
Okay. Maybe I've got something now here. You can add an email signature, select which emails you're notified about, change other settings. So maybe I'm on it now.
You want to go to
about-
this, see this part here that says forwarding?
Now which one is you? I've lost, you're down below here, I think.
Look at your Zoom,
Zoom, yeah.
okay, and the controls. I have the gearbox. And then it gives me the Gmail settings. And it'll land
Right.
here in general, but I want to go over to the right and go to forwarding, pop IMAP.
Okay. Yours looks very much like mine.
Okay,
But well, let me just get on that because I don't have, let's see. This is just a help page, which, okay, so I'm just going to try to go back and get to what you've got there. And up top, you've got settings? No, what's your
see, here's the
mail,
settings.
mail
And then it says general.
com.
You said general labels inbox, right?
Yeah, I need to get to that page. So you've got mail.google.com.
Yeah.
That's where I want to
Backslash
go
mail. Backslash mail.
to. Mail,
You.
yeah.
Backslash 3. Backslash number settings. Backslash.
Now I've got yours.
Oh, you've got the same page?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, then go to forwarding and pop. Over here. This blue thing, the click that I clicked on.
I've literally got your page work. Oh no, this is, oh man, this is just a new thing for me. Okay. Okay, search.
So you can see, look at my screen, and I'm going to take a copy of this screen with this email address and see what I'm looking at where it says forwarding pop IMAP.
Yeah.
And this first line says forwarding. You're going to click on this gray box. It says add a forwarding email.
Wow. I know you've got it right in front of you. Now come on, let's see. Labels. No, I don't want any of that. That's all my stuff. Okay, I'm going to try that box again, which is you've got up here. Mail.google.com.
What a beautiful sunset we had here.
.com/mail.
/u/3, number 3.
Oh, okay, just a minute, /u/3, they have a 0, okay?
/ number sign settings.
Number sign, and then the word settings.
Yes, settings / FWD
Lowercase.
all lowercase, FWD like forward and pop, FWDANDPOP. And hit enter.
All right, let's do that. All right.
Beautiful. Are you looking at the same screen?
Yeah. Disable. Yeah, it says, so I'm gonna go into forward and pop, like.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
All right, after add a forwarding address. Tip, you can also
Yes.
forward only some of your mail by
Yes.
creating a filter. Status, pop is enabled for all mail that has arrived since 5/15/12. Enable pop for all mail, even mail that's already been downloaded.
Yep. You want everything. You want to be able to see everything.
Okay, so I'll do it for that. When messages are accessed with pop, keep Gmail's copy in the inbox. That's
Do you
normal.
normally delete your emails? Because you'd have to,
No,
you don't delete them. Okay. Then you can
keep
keep
Gmail's in the inbox. That's what I've got here. Or mark Gmail's copy as read, archive Gmail's copy, delete Gmail's copy. So I don't know. What do you think? Always
Well,
just
you're
keep-
going to manage them through your new email address, right?
Yeah,
So, I
Yes.
mean, you can keep them as a copy if you want, and then you're not going to delete anything. Or you could put them in Gmail's copy as read, right? Because you've already read them. I don't think you want to archive or delete them, do you?
I've got 11,000 stupid emails. Not
Yeah,
stupid,
I would just
but
put them, I would copy them as read.
okay. Copy is read. So how do I retrieve them?
They're going to be in your new email and you can manage them there. But if you ever wanted to go back, you could log in as Jane Bradner. Because you're going to have both sign-ons. You can do both. But
Right.
you want to forward them. You want to forward them to your new email address so you can just work out of one.
Eventually, it'll just go over to one.
Right.
Everybody will figure out that it's now M. Jane Bradner. Is that right?
So when you add the forwarding address here in the top line, we're forwarding,
Mm-hmm.
you just add the email address, enter the email address you want to forward to, and then click proceed. That's it. And then
Okay,
it'll
so
forward.
I'm on number 2, and when
You
messages
don't even have
are
to be on number 2. You can just be on the top.
okay, I'm just going through what it says to
Okay.
do here.
Okay.
It's under add a forwarding address. I'm going through the steps.
Click on that.
And so the second step is when messages are accessed with POP, mark Gmail's copy as read.
Correct.
Configure your email client, Outlook, Aurora, Netscape, Mail. I don't know what that is.
I think you already have it as Gmail. You've already got it because you've already done it. Because you have it as Gmail on your Apple. So you should be fine. There's instructions if you need them. Let me just see. It might be different.
Read Gmail messages on other email clients using POP. You can open your messages from Gmail and other mail clients that support POP, like Microsoft. Make sure POP is the best way to read your emails. IMAP and POP are both ways to read your Gmail messages in other email clients. I'm not going to do that, am I?
You don't have to.
Set up a POP. So this is about setting up a POP in Gmail. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to go back. I'll just leave it. Okay, status. IMAP is enabled. Yes.
Yep. Yes.
When I mark a message in IMAP as deleted, auto expunge on. Immediately update the server. Auto expunge off. wait for the client to update the server. I'll leave it on. When a message is marked as deleted and expunged from the last visible IMAP folder, archive the message as default, or move it to the trash, or immediately delete the message forever.
Archive it.
Yeah. You know what? It's defaulted on. Folder size limits. Do not limit the number of messages in an IMAP folder. Probably
Perfect.
the right thing to do.
Yep.
So this has all been done. Save changes.
Yep.
Saving. So the thing I changed was marking Gmails as read and enabling POP for all mail, which was the
Correct. But at the
important one.
top, you added your new email address. You added that, correct?
Well, I haven't added anything.
Okay, so at the very top line, you have to add a forwarding address. See where it says forwarding on the very top? You hit this gray bar that says add a forwarding address.
Right.
You got to tell them where to send it.
Oh, sorry. I saw
That's-
that. I just thought that was a title for an instruction.
No.
So my new forwarding email address is Jane Bradner.
Bradner. Yes.
Jane. Oop. Jane, where's this thing? Jane Bradner. God. I don't know how you're feeling. I'm a little bit at gmail.com. mjanebradner@gmail.com. Next. Okay, well, this is good because I don't have a default anyways. I've only got one.
Right.
That's it.
That's it. You did it.
I don't know. It's taken me off. So I guess that's done.
Okay. And then you're marking the Gmail copy as read. That's all. So in other words, if you ever went back to your old email, it would show that it's been read.
Okay. Can you send me an email to mjanebradner.com?
I sure can. I'm going to send it from Carrie.Lemlin. Just because I am sending it from my other email address.
You know,
So,
this could be another aspect of your business is computer tech. Coaching people over the age of 40.
You know, my mom calls me all the time and she'll say, I can't do this. Why can't I do this? Okay, I'm sending it to both. I'm sending it both.
Okay.
This is a test.
So it says promotions 48 new and social 42 new. So I have a new interface here because I went for the new Gmail, not what they used to call the inbox.
Right, right.
And it looks different. And that's one of the things. So I guess I can just pull up my social as opposed to, see, most of the stuff I do on my phone. And that's why my computer, like, I don't have 42 new emails that I haven't read. I've read them on my phone.
Right.
And my computer is, you know, lagging behind because I don't open it here.
Okay. So I sent you an email in both of them.
Where is it?
It'd be there.
Maybe I have to refresh this.
Jane Bradner, and I sent it to Jane Bradner.
Okay, I'm gonna just look on my email
Yes.
on my phone. Because I was getting your stuff.
And you will have to set it up. So you have to add the email address on your phone too, because right now they're just going to let you see the Jane Bradner, not the Jane Bradner.
I got Carrie Lemlin with an E, by the way.
You got Carrie, Carrie.
Well, it is up there. Anyways, you signed it, Carrie S. Lemlin, but when it comes to me, I guess I have to make that change.
Well, I think
anyways,
I have to. Yeah.
It says to Jane Bradner and one more. To Jane Bradner.
One more. So I sent it to both Jane Bradner and Jane Bradner.
Yeah.
You're going to have to add the new Jane Bradner to your phone. The new email address.
I didn't get it on my computer. Well, under this new Gmail. Shall I go back? I think I'll have to go back to my own stuff.
My other one. Oh, that's weird. Oh, here it is. So it's on my old one, which is the
It's
inbox.
on your old, but it should be on your new one too.
I mean, it's on my old email inbox, my old inbox.
But your new inbox should have it too. I sent it to both.
Yeah. So this is to mjanebradner@gmail.com or to Jane Bradner, which is, so if I was to go into my contacts, you see, Jane Bradner is janebradner@gmail.com, right? Because that's my username. So there's something in there. I don't know quite what that is. Anyways,
There you go.
Um,
We got off track a little bit,
no kidding.
just a little bit, but that's because you wanted to update your Gmail.
Well, I'm happy to have had that. Absolutely. To get that on as a and I think as a what do you say, contact, so putting it out there that Jane is functioning, not just Jane.
Right. So M Jane gives you your 6. M Jane gets rid of your 14.5 and your maturity. M Jane, so you still, let's see, so 14.5 goes away. You do have a 16.7, but that's okay. Your 11.2 is simply your attainment, so you're still you still have a master number in your attainments, but not in your expression. So the 6 is always great to have as an expression, right? Because it's the best.
I think so. I think it's the best one that I could come up with anyways, but so in the growth, M Jane gives me a 7, a 16.7, which is karmic for, what was it, 16.7? Oh,
16.7 is trust in gifts,
yeah.
lack of trust, or abuse of power.
And that kind of ties in with the
That
3.
was through age 39. You're already past it.
Right. Okay.
So that's not a big deal.
Does that give me a 7 in the intensities though? No, that's with the numbers.
No.
That's my numbers, so it
No.
doesn't. So my subconscious stays the same.
Your subconscious stays as a 5.
Yeah.
But you've been dealing with that for a long time.
Okay. Well, that's good to know that you've, that you like the M Jane. I think Joseph thought it was maybe not enough. I don't know. He made some comment about it being a little bit, a small difference, but there's really not much else I can do but go back to my.
Actually, I disagree with him, because I think what it does for you, okay, I don't like the maturity as a 14.5, which is karmic, in alignment with your subconscious was the 5. I know you
Yes.
have the 5.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I
No.
don't like that at all. I don't like with the Jane Bradner, what else didn't I like?
The expression, which was a 2.
The expression was an 11.2. And if you look at, how 11's probably in the compatibility grid. 11's better than a 2. Okay. When you're looking at the 2, okay,
You've got
have
6. Yeah. 1,
got
2,
5,
3, 4, 5.
11.
Well, not really. I only bring it up to 11 because I don't 22, 33, 44. Those people, there's not that many people around, I don't think. Is that fair to say that?
Well, but you're an 11 too. Your expression would be 11.
Oh, I just put down 2. I guess I didn't include that.
Well,
So
it's okay.
11.
I mean,
Yeah.
11 gives you a little bit Let me see.
There's 6 and there's 5.
And then, yeah.
There's
So, I mean,
4. There's only 4 under 2.
right. Now, the thing I will say is if there's somebody significant, what I would be looking at is I would be looking at people that I have a breakdown in communication with now and see if M. Jane works better, either as the 2 or the 11. But I don't believe that. I think the 6 is by far going to be your best choice because look at all the mostly compatibles in the 6s.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
2
Well, I don't know.
mostly the
Joseph,
same
he gave us
incompatibility.
somewhere. He gave us. There's a form where he talked about which are the best numbers in terms
Yeah.
of compatibility. I mean, we could sit here and add them up, but
Well,
number
here.
6 is
This
big.
this is my form. It's in the sheet.
Oh,
That's his form. I just put it in Excel. So that's what I was looking at.
yeah. But he also told us about how and I've got it in my notes, like for like the 7, which is difficult, right? So if you're
Right.
7, number 4.
Yeah.
So number 4, it's not about that. It's about how many people, well, I guess it's the same way of looking at it. How many people, if you're 7, do you relate to? Well, you relate to 2. The 11, which was me, my husband is a 7,
Okay.
right? The X. So that's how we worked out with me being with him for 34 years.
Exactly.
I was one of the few people. I mean, I was with him for longer than that. That was just the marriage.
Right.
So
But at
I was
least
one of the,
when you guys spoke together, hi honey. When you guys spoke together, you were at least on the same page, which he was most of the time not on any page with anybody else, which is
Right.
like you said, the reason that you guys stayed married. Most of the time when I do couples and I compare and contrast, I say the vast majority of the time, 95% of the time, people are mostly compatible when they're married. I know
Wow.
of one marriage where they were incompatible. They are now, it's funny because now that they're divorced, she took her maiden name back and they're compatible. They worked a lot though in trying to, communication was always a challenge for them. Hold on one second. What's up? I know it's late.
It's late. Yeah, we'll have to
I know.
wrap it up.
He wants to eat his dinner and I have to make it.
Oh yeah, because you're now at yeah. You're heading on to 6 o'clock. Well, right, and I'm gonna have lunch.
Go have lunch and we'll talk again. We'll set up another time, okay, Jane?
Okay. All right, Carrie. Thanks. That's so great. And let me know about billing. Let's keep track of it.
Oh, well, we'll keep track of it later.
Okay, darling. Thank you.
Okay, have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye.